Hey Phone Dog viewers, Beau HD here, and I got my hands on the Blue Studio 5C HD smartphone that manages to pack a lot of specs inside its pink chassis for such a cheap price. Now the Blue 5C HD costs right around $150 off contract, and it includes a quad-core 1.3 GHz processor, an 8 megapixel camera with 1080p video recording, 1 GB of RAM, 4G, a microSD card slot for expandable storage, and on top of all that, it's running Android 4.4 KitKat. So if we go ahead and peel off the two stickers on either side of the box by using our precious hands, because a knife just wouldn't cut it here, we'll see the Blue 5C HD sitting right on top in all of its pink and stock Android goodness. But before I get too carried away, I'm going to go ahead and put the phone to the side for a moment because we have a few items underneath the phone. Starting with a pink protective rubber case, which is different. I mean, I'm usually not used to manufacturers including cases with their phones, so it's nice to see Blue thrown in here. But then under that we have the standard wall wart with a USB plug on one end used to charge the device. And then we have a pair of headphones next to that. These are in-ear headphones and they do have a microphone and call answering button on them, so you'll be able to make calls using these headphones. And also it's just nice to see Blue throw in these headphones considering just how cheap this overall package is. And so next to those headphones in the box we'll find the micro USB charger, which is pretty standard as it plugs into the wall wart we just talked about. But it's nice to see that manufacturers are starting to make flat corded charging cables that don't tangle quite as easily as the rounded ones, so that's always nice to see. But the last couple of items in the box include a little bag filled with extra earbuds for your headphones, and then there's the large but very thin battery that's not a backup, it's just not in the phone. We'll have to install that later. And then we'll also find the Blue 5C HD setup and instructions guide underneath everything. So if you're stuck or need some help setting this device up, Blue has you covered. So if we take a look back at the 5C HD, which I just love saying, we can take off the plastic to uncover the 5-inch 720p display and bright pink plastic cover. And so if you take a look around the device, we'll see that it has your standard power sleep on-off button at the upper right-hand side, and volume up and down controls on the left-hand side. Up top, we'll find the 3.5mm headphone jack and micro USB charging port with nothing on the bottom except for a microphone. On the front of the device, we'll find a 2 megapixel front-facing camera and 3 capacitive touch buttons down below for the menu, home, and back commands. And then lastly, we'll find the 8 megapixel camera and flash, and speaker grill on the bright pink plastic back cover, which is pretty slick in the hands as it is plastic since Blue is trying to keep the cost down as much as possible. But before we power the device on, we'll need to pop off the plastic back cover to insert the battery, and this is where you'll find these slots for the 2 SIM cards since this phone is dual SIM compatible. And then there's a slot for the microSD card on the side of the device. And that's pretty much it for what we'll find underneath the back cover. Now upon firing up the 5C HD, we'll see it is running stock Android KitKat version 4.4.2 out of the box, and it does a pretty good job running it. There are a few frame drops and stuttering here and there, but overall it seems to be pretty fluid, which we can expect to see on stock Android. And for first impressions, the 720p display is nice and bright. I wouldn't say it's the most crisp 720p display out there, but it's definitely one of the better displays for a phone in this price range. So overall, it looks to be a pretty solid phone for $150. Let me know if you think it is worth the price by leaving a comment down below. I always love to see what you guys have to say, and for $150, I'd like to see if you think it's worth it. But as always guys, I'm Beau HD from Phone Dog. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.